It is 3 a.m. on the 1st of January 2026, and I've just woke up. I slept through the New Year's and kind of had some thoughts that I wanted to document while I get some midnight drink. So this year is, for as long as I could remember, I guess the first New Year that I spent alone. Which is oddly, I would say, liberating. That might sound pretty odd, but I feel like for the most part of my life, I have had at least some friends that would meet with me regularly. And of course, every New Year's Eve, I would get together with some of them. But this year, at the age of 30, I have successfully driven away all of them due to my depression and I guess perhaps my insufferable nature. But anyway, the gist of things is I don't have any friends anymore, and I guess I would have imagined it to be more sad, but instead I feel fine. I don't feel lonely, and least of all things sad, I am alone. I spent the New Year's Eve alone. My dad went out with his friends, and the only friend that I still talk to maybe once a month had we didn't even discuss about getting together or anything. But what I'm trying to say is that I am very much at one of the, no, not one of the most alone time in my entire life. But I don't feel a bit lonely. And this is by very much in contrast as to when earlier in my life, when I would feel lonely all the time, despite having lots of friends, lots of people to talk to. For example, I guess we all had people to talk to back in school, right? But when I graduated from college, I had probably 20 people that I would regularly talk to, and maybe by the time I was 25, that number dropped down to maybe I would say 6 or 8. And by the age 28, I guess that is the year I went by. Anyway, two years ago, the number would be like 3. But today, that number is now 0. I have literally 0 friend. Exact 0. But I feel fine. And that's not only surprising, but it feels so, it feels somewhat promising or like liberating. Like probably if I upload this video online, people would think that I'm a sad loser, but I don't feel a bit like that. And instead, I feel freedom and the detachment. I feel detached from all things. I feel like I don't have much things to worry about or to consider whenever I had to have these kind of social events, I guess. And I no longer have any strings. When people say no strings attached, there are strings attached. But I am now truly no strings attached to anyone. And I guess that's the reason that I wanted to make this video. Because it reminded me of a time that when I was in school and had lots of friends, had lots of people to talk to, but I was so depressed and so lonely. I mean, for sure, the RTMS treatment for my depression helped greatly. And I guess I would just have to squeeze out a fortune every year to get it done, to keep myself at this mental state. But anyway, let's get to the point. The reason that I'm making this video is because I am reminded of this poem that I just pulled up and printed out. It was written on 2016, November 30th. I remember the night that I wrote it. I used to write poems a lot. Not anymore. I used to have too much emotions and had no other outlets. So I used poetry to try to mediate or facilitate, whatever you try to call it, those pent-up emotions. But anyway, this one is written on a night when I was studying in my college library, and I guess I was probably at the deepest depth in terms of loneliness in college, or even I would say go so far as to say in my school life, because of reasons and the events leading up to that moment. But anyway, I just want to contrast that moment with this. So I'm going to recite this poem. Okay, I will show the. Wow. I'll show you guys what I wrote first. Okay. So it was dreaded light, dotted sky, or the lonely night are mine to confide. Apple earpods tangled, I read myself wrangled. Contact to unknown shy, alone till I die. So I'm not going to do a genius style word by word, stanza by stanza analysis of this poem because it's not that deep anyway. Anyway, the first stanza is basically saying that coming back home after studying in library back then, I would look to the sky and feel like the stars out there are the only one that I could talk to. And despite having many people who would talk to me back then, I can't really form a proper rapport and have them empathize with me. And the second stanza is that I literally had tangled my earpods because take note that this was written back in 2016 and I was still using a wired Apple earpod. Well, I still do sometimes, but I was still using Apple earpods, the wired ones back then. And I wrote Apple earpods tangled. I ripped myself wrangled. I guess what I was trying to say is that untangling, furiously untangling a tangled up ball or like a crumble of tangled wires is much like how I wanted to untangle all the worries and concerns and the depressive thoughts and the angst that I had back then. And I just want to rip them apart. Whoa. And then finally I wrote, contact to unknown shy, alone till I die. I guess that means, by that I was trying to say that when I wrote these two lines, I think I remember I was inside the library and I look around the studying room and I feel like I could talk to any one of them, but I was just too shy or like embarrassed or something. So that's what I meant by contact to unknown shy. And because of that, I will be alone till I die. So contact to unknown shy, alone till I die. That is how I expressed my melancholy. Melancholiness back then. But by contrast, now this year, after this New Year's just passed. Also, I'm not sure if I brought this up earlier in the video, but I slept through the countdown because I had migraines and I took a bunch of pills and I was basically sleeping. I was basically out. So yeah. Anyway, getting back to what I was trying to say is that despite having literally no friends now, I don't feel sad. And I guess I feel like I don't have any friends anymore, but that's fine. Yeah. Actually, I'm not really sure why I made this video. I was just so, I guess I was just so emotionally you see, after, well, never mind. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end the video now. Yeah, that's it. Not even sure if I'm going to upload this. If I upload this, please don't pity me. I'm fine. Really.